been 200 years since the fall of America. Our cities are now surrounded by walls for our protection. But the issue with walls is there's no more room to go outward. We have been experiencing a food shortage for the last 10 years. There have been riots, murders, looting. It has been hectic. As an agriculture specialist here at Frontier, I have been tasked and assigned with planting arable fields outside the wall. Can we save this city? Let's find out. Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. We are here on episode 13 of Operation Saving Frontier. And as you can tell by this really big field, we got a huge harvest we got to do. But first, I did say I was going to get something, kind of a surprise. I asked you last episode if you can kind of guess what it is. Let's see if you knew what it was. Let's go ahead and get it. And this is what I'm going to get. That little pond over there in the desert, I really like it. I just want to get a jet ski for it with 1,800 horsepower. I mean, let's do it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really not doing that. And this is what I'm going to go with. It's the Colossus Harvester. And I don't know. I mean, it's not Case IH. It's Case IH colors, I guess. The main thing I really want is that 1 million liter capacity. Try to speed up these harvests. And yes, it does go really, really fast. But I don't think I'm going to do that because there is an issue with the swath dropping if I go really, really fast. But let's go ahead and buy this $371,400, and holy cow, that is a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. I was not expecting that, especially with how much upgrades I got on it. 1,800 horsepower, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this header with it. It's the one that has the trailer built into it. Also says Unreal on it because it can go up to almost 66 miles an hour. Now, like I said, the speed thing I'm probably not gonna do. I really just want the Unreal capacity, but just in case I do have a harvest that does not have a swath dropping on it, I'll probably crank up that speed. But 88,000, let's go ahead and buy this. Plenty of money left. I really was not expecting that harvester to be so cheap. The harvester is off and going, and I do have it cranked up to a pretty high speed of like right around 30 miles an hour. Yeah, there it goes right there. 30 miles an hour. Now, I did crank it up to 77, and I was just going to go with it because the reason why you don't want to go super fast with it is because with the swath dropping, it will leave a huge pile at the end of the up downs, and most tractors cannot drive over that and they get stuck if you try to hire a worker. But I do have a picker-upper thingy with a huge swath pickup thing. I don't know, basically something that extends its arms out pretty big and can pick up a lot of stuff, so I'm not too worried about that right now. And that's kind of why I'm going faster now. And the reason I'm not going full speed of 77 or whatever it can do is because it kept skipping quite a bit, and we'll see that in a minute as we drive up near that. And right here is where it just kept skipping quite a bit as I was doing 60 something miles an hour with that harvester. It was ridiculous. So decided to slow it down, and you can tell right here where the swath dropping is, it's a lot bigger because it's slowed down right there, but it's not missing anything now. I don't know if I'm going to stick with 30. Maybe I can start turning it up some and it won't skip anything. Don't know yet. Have to figure that out. But with this going right now, it does say it's going to take almost 30 minutes. Well, not that long. 22 minutes. 22 minutes left on this course play. While that harvester's going, I'm going to go through and pick up the sand here because I'm really interested in putting something between this road and the railroad tracks. And I think I did mention in one episode I was talking about maybe putting a bunch of greenhouses between here. So I don't know, I'm just kind of planning ahead, trying to get that taken care of for whenever I do want to finally go ahead and do it. And plus, I mean, it's some good money. I mean, who doesn't like the money? First load of sand, all done selling, $146,893 plus a $19,778. Now, this is the tool I was talking about earlier that will have the huge swath picking up, so that way I don't have to go directly down the line of the straw. So if it does make a large pile of straw, I'm not technically really gonna have to be driving on it. I could be driving down between the lines, kind of like this right here, picking it up. So I'll probably go through and manually pick this up. Not sure yet. I mean, it won't take too long, or I could just hire a worker, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And here's just what I'm talking about. This huge swath pile and a straw on my left here, I would not be able to drive this tractor up over it. I mean, if I hired a worker, it would say blocked by an object most likely. And holy cow, that thing is going fast. Okay. That harvester just kind of did a little ramp there. You know, just minding my business, picking up the straw over here, just kind of wondering if I'm going to get ran over by this thing or not, because that thing is booking it. Oh, I just barely missed it. Okay. We are finally catching up to this harvester, and we got a lot of straw in here. I don't think one trailer is going to be enough, and each one of these trailers is 1 million liters. We're going up pretty fast here, passing these numbers. I mean, 870,000 fast. I mean, that is a lot of straw, and you can tell these big mounds of straw right here, that would have been an issue if I'm not driving down in between them. So this thing handles it great, but having to drive over that won't work. And we are completely full, 1 million liters of straw. Now, I don't think my current silo will hold that much. I'm pretty sure my current silo only holds up to 400,000 liters. We'll take a look at that in a second and possibly have to buy another silo. And yes, you can tell on the right-hand side right here, this does hold 400,000 liters max. It is a small silo. I could buy a bigger one, but I don't know if I want to buy a bigger one like that. I think I'm going to get something designated just for the straw. And here's what I'm going to go with. This is a covered pile storage mod. I really like it and used it in the past. It's been quite a while since I've used it, so I kind of want to go back to it. The thing is, I never knew how much one of these would hold because I never had that much. I usually would use it for loose grass, but I never had like over a couple million liters of loose grass, but I see an opportunity with the loose straw to see how much this holds. Let's go ahead and place that in right here, and it did not do anything to the ground. That's pretty nice, actually. Kind of hate whenever it does like a painted border around the stuff. I do have a new mod installed since last time I've used one of those, so maybe that mod will tell me what the max capacity is. And nope, it just says total capacity. What? That's weird. It says total capacity 100,000 liters. Used capacity 0. I'm pretty sure that's wrong because I've had a lot more than 100,000 liters in these. At least with the grass one I did. You know what? Let me dump that in there, see if it actually, I don't know, stops at 100,000 liters. That's really surprising. No, it's definitely dumping a lot more than 100,000 liters. Maybe they're missing a couple of zeros on there and it's maybe 100 million liters. I don't know, but it looks like it's taking all this 1 million liters. We'll see it in a second. And the thing is, I've always put like 1 million liters in one of these and it barely showed any animation on the ground. You know, like this right here, barely any straw on there. Okay, there it goes. Now it's showing the capacity. The capacity is 10 million. Okay. There we go. So now I know this does hold 10 million and I want to fill it all the way up. I want to see how much straw actually goes up. So it was always weird to me. I'd put like 1 million liters in here and I would see barely anything on the ground. I'm like, holy cow, how much did it hold? But now I got this mod that shows the capacities in the bottom right. Thanks to, I can't remember, somebody in the content creating group that I talk to all the time, Rambo Hacker Gaming or Farm Sim Universe. Can't remember which one of them pointed me in that direction. But I know I was watching one of their videos and I saw it and I was like, I need that. Because I'm just never sure what my capacity levels are and I'm always going into like the animal pens trying to figure it out. And one great thing I really love about this trailer with those long swath picking up arms is they have no collision. I mean, I can drive right through stuff like that. Now, harvester is done. Needs to be unloaded is what it says. It's not full, at least it shouldn't be. Let's see how much liters is in there. And you know what, let me jump back in here real quick. So this right here has 340,296 liters in it, plus we already dropped off 1 million liters, so 1.3 million liters of straw was picked up on this build. Now, I mean, total value is probably like $10, but that is a lot of straw and I'm definitely going to put that to good use. We got multiple VIP orders for it, so yeah, I'm definitely going to use it all, plus the animals can use it. Now, I believe I said I wasn't going to use any straw with the animals because I don't need the manure, but I think I found an easy way of getting the manure out of there also. Well, this thing ended up with 349,804 liters of barley. That is a lot of barley. I mean, nowhere near the 1 million liter capacity, but hey, it didn't have to stop and unload all that. So that's great. And plus, you know what? It's under that 400,000 and I just totally ramped it, but it's under that 400,000 liters, which means it can go in the silo over here. And man, I really have a uneven terrain over there. I need to take care of that, but let's get this unloaded. I'm just going to unload it right here. No, skip the middleman of using a trailer. One of the things I have mentioned multiple times was putting something between this road and the railroad tracks. And I'm just looking at it and it is very uneven. I mean, obviously these railroad tracks are a lot lower. I wonder what would happen to the train if I raised up the dirt through the train, like with a wreck, you know, like let's try to crash this train kind of like people do on GTA or stop the train. But no, I'm going to go ahead and put a greenhouse over here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to move this greenhouse I already have. So this greenhouse right over here, I'm going to go ahead and delete it and get it out of this area. I mean, I'll probably put in some more storage, either silo storage or covered storage. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. It's probably got some good product in it, but the value of it's only like $14,000. Might have product in it. We'll find out. And yep, sold products. So $39,283 plus that sold building of $13,937. Now that was a large one, I believe. I don't think I'm going to go back to a large one. I don't know how much room I got here. I do have smaller options like this right here. I mean, I don't need anything too big. It's all set up on automatic distributing. So I could just put a bunch of these small ones along the roadway between the road and the railroad tracks. You know what? Let me go big. And yeah, it looks like the big one does still work right there. It might work. I mean, it's definitely gonna mess with the terrain quite a bit, and I don't know if I should do it or not. You know what? I just like to mess things up. Let's do it. Okay, so it definitely did raise that dirt up over there, and I could flatten that out again. And looks like it kept it pretty even with the road right here, which is great. I was hoping there wouldn't be too big of a drop off there and I could pick up the pallets. And it still gives me the bigger one. So I could fix this right here, but first I want the train to drive over. I want to see what happens. And for the moment of truth, here comes train. And there's a little bird down there on the tracks too. Don't get hit. Oh, it got hit. Ooh, ran right through that. Kind of thought that would happen. Always thought it'd be pretty cool to build like a huge dirt mound over it and just have the train constantly driving through it. But anyways, well, I guess it's fine for me to leave that there, but I'm not going to leave that there because of looks. Let me fix that real quick. Well, I'm looking at adding a greenhouse hops, and it's not going to happen between the road and the railroad tracks. This is the smallest one, and then we can go even bigger with this, and I don't know, maybe the train will just drive straight through it. I mean, if I get the train to kind of go through one of those like a tunnel, that would be pretty cool. You know, like set it up just right there, and I mean, of course it's got all the crops in there or whatever, and maybe it go through it like a tunnel. And then looking at the orchards, I guess a maple tree one would work, but one of these actual orchards would not work. It's just way too big either direction I try to put it. That is the small one. And then we can go big right here. And then, of course, as we know, there's no collision with the train. So, I mean, there's nothing stopping me from still putting it here. Except for I just feel like it's the wrong thing to do. And I don't know how I feel about this exactly. I don't really like it being that close to the train. I'll leave it. Well, my AC in my little camper trailer thing went out, and it's the middle of June. I mean, even though it's nighttime in the desert, it's going to be pretty cold. It's just way too hot and stuffy in there. I'm going to head in town, sleep in my house I got in town. Haven't been there in a while. I mean, I stay a few nights here and there, but I can just drive straight through this gate up here. Usually they close these at night. Well, this ain't good. I just got a phone call from Frontier Fire Department, and our animal pens somehow caught on fire last night. Let's head out there and look at that real quick. The fire and police department have left, and this is where I'm left with just piles and piles of rubble and ash. And for some reason, there's a car where the chicken coop was. I don't know what those chickens were doing with the car inside their pen, but hey, whatever. Maybe they were planning their escape. After talking with the local police department, they did tell me Noah the kid is most likely the one behind this. Noah the kid and his gang have been going around just looting whatever they can that's not locked up or secured. Here's his wanted poster. If y'all see him out there, let me know. I would love to find him and get him brought to justice. Now, the bad thing about living in a downfall America after huge wars and stuff is we haven't quite established insurance yet, so I'm at a total loss for this. And the good news is they did tell me the animals were taken from the pen, so there's no animal remains found, so I'm really happy about that. Noah the kid and his gang came through, stole the animals, burned the place down, and they also said they found some watermelon and beer left behind from one of the top bandits out there in this country. Apparently Noah the kid and Chris Stewart are teaming up, so here are both their wanted posters. If you see them, let me know. But hey, that is all the time I got for this episode. I thought I'd throw in some fun little roleplay. I mean, it does say roleplay on the title. I thought I'd throw in something a little fun there, and that is Noah the kid from the chicken coop build. And that's not quite an image of him, that's some AI generated image. Everybody seemed to love the Noah's chicken coop episode and want Noah to come back, so I think I found a way to get him in this episode, and I really like it. So let me know what y'all think about that. And I mean, of course, I lost everything. I made no money on those animals gone, lost my buildings, so I got a lot of rebuilding to do, and I got to beef up my security by putting in some walls and stuff like that. But we'll probably be doing that next episode, in episode 14. But hey, I just really want to thank y'all so much for stopping in and watching. I really do appreciate it. And if y'all haven't already, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also, I do have channel memberships available. You can check those out by hitting that join button. And if you got any tips, tricks, or suggestions, feel free to drop them down in the comments section. They're always welcome and very much appreciated. And until next time, y'all take care.